All right, here is the setup that you are going to be using for the lab today. So we have the lab pole that we were using for the previous lab, but we have replaced the pendulum with a spring, which is what we're going to be investigating. And then there is a mass hook here, and there's a little wire that comes out that you're going to use to get very accurate measurements for this particular lab. So first thing you're going to want to do is get your meter stick set up in such a way that it's straight up and down, and then what I would encourage you to do is come over to the side like this and make sure that the meter stick is pretty much straight up and down, and then you're going to want to leave the meter stick in that position for the rest of the lab. The other thing you need to do is take a look at the mass hook. On the bottom of it is a measurement in grams. So this one is 17.1 grams, and you will want to be using that as part of the mass that you are hanging from the hook. So at your lab station, you'll have a set of masses. Before you start adding masses, what I should tell you is that this mass, 17 grams, isn't much on this particular hook, and it's not stretching it very much. So initially we're going to consider that to be zero-ish mass, and we're going to get the mark for where the pointer is initially. So if I bring this to rest and I get a good straight on look at it, I'm getting that to be between 54.2 and 3. Looks like it's going to come to rest at 54.30 centimeters. So next what you want to do is add mass. And when we add mass, what we're trying to do is figure out how much stretch we get with the spring. Now, to get a reasonable amount of stretch, what you want to do is get enough mass to get something that's definitely noticeable. So I would say start with at least 15 grams of added mass, but of course that's going to give me about 32.1 actual grams of mass on here. And now what I'm going to do is take a look at the needle and where it's at this time, and I've got 54.0. So I would subtract that value from the initial value that I got for the position, and that would give me how much stretch, or delta X, I have with this particular spring. You're then going to start taking additional masses all the way up to a maximum of 200 grams added to this hook. So if I were using this lab station, the maximum I want to get is 217 grams. And you don't want to go over that maximum, because what's going to start to happen is you might stretch that spring out in such a way that it can't go back to its normal position. So get lots of data points. You have lots of time and lots of different masses, and get to it.